a soft love, a sweet love, a safe love.
Oh, so when you say the energy you want to feel in the house is a soft love, a sweet love, a safe love, I think we should put that somewhere on the wall in the house.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice.
That's a good quote.
Welcome to Living in 3D Power, a space where questions matter, stories heal, and joy is our practice. I'm Dr. Amber Sessoms, and each week I sit down with my daughter Emma to talk honestly about life, identity, and the power of wonder. This season, we're guided by a sacred invitation. What would it look like if joy was our strategy, not our reward? Here, we discover truths long buried, discern paths toward freedom, and devote ourselves to living with authenticity and love. Together, across generations, we're learning that joy is not the prize at the finish line. It's the rhythm that carries us forward.
Hey, it's me, Emma. Welcome back to Living in 3D Power. And today we're basically going to be talking about vision boards and questions similar to it and why we picked those things.
Yeah, because it is 2026. This is the new year that we're in.
26.
So slowly coming into it, giving myself grace. It's been an interesting start to the year.
Yes.
So trying to be gracious, but what I've noticed is that grief has no expiration date.
Yes.
And
yes.
I've also noticed that it's hitting harder right now in the new year. And I saw my friend Meredith sent me a post and it was saying people that are going to the new year, and she's saying you have to shift your language now from my brother died this year to my brother died last year. And those little nuances can be hard for people.
Yeah.
But I also think the holiday season's over. Mm-hmm. So now it's much quieter.
Yeah.
So it's so I'm navigating that. So I was checking in with the family today to see how everyone's feeling, because people are feeling really tender right now, but we still have each other. So I think it's really important though. People talk about vision boards all the time. And I'm not a big vision board person.
I don't really know what it means.
We were talking about it today.
Yeah.
But I think it is really helpful. What I was saying to my therapist today, I was saying, last year I said, I'm going to open myself up to doing more keynotes. And when I finally was like, I'm releasing that to you, God, literally by the next day and the rest of the week, I got 3 keynotes. And I don't think so some people talk about manifestation, like manifesting your dreams. So when you speak it, and I came from a church a while ago. It wasn't a cult church, but it was kind of close. Sometimes it was a little cultish, but it was kind of like one of those name and claim it churches. So you name it and, God's going to give it to you. And that's not always how it works, right? God's not a genie that you rub the lamp. But I do think there's an importance of when you align yourself with God, He will give you the desires of your heart, but He's putting those desires in there. So it's not like, ooh, I want $1 million so I can buy a yacht. And to each their own. But those kind of things. So I think when you start aligning yourself more with your purpose and your truth and spirituality and Christianity and all those things, and your faith, those things that you want to do start getting more aligned with what He's called you to do.
Yes.
So this doesn't have to be, so a lot of people do, they do old school. They'll get newspapers or they'll get magazines. They'll cut out images in there. And I'm like, who has time to be looking through all those images and magazines and cutting things out? And as I was talking to my therapist today, what she said she does is she thinks about it first, what she wants to envision. She might write the words down, and then she'll go and find an image that is similar to that. And then what she said, I think she said a niece does, is she will actually print those out, and then she'll cut them out and do it. So it's kind of like a backhand way of doing the magazine one. But I like the idea of finding the image that speaks most to you, because you can't always find it in a magazine.
Yes.
And magazines aren't really diverse a lot of times, so maybe the image you find don't really represent you, or it's not quite speaking to you. So you used Pinterest because you're obsessed.
Stop it. I'm not that obsessed.
Y'all, if I show you my Pinterest page, so she's using my Pinterest, she's messed up my whole Pinterest algorithm. It's
not even
it's
that
about
bad.
locks.
It's not
What else?
even that bad.
What else is on there? Jewelry.
It's not even that bad.
And what else is on there?
It's not even
Little
that
furries
bad.
or something like that.
It's not that bad.
Nails.
It's not that bad. See, it's not
But
that
it's
bad.
not, and lock hairstyles is definitely just taking over my page. So she shares my page so I can see what she's using and looking at, and that's what is messing up my whole algorithm. But some of the styles are cute though, but I don't have time for that. So we just did
Yes.
straight. We both just got our locks straight because we ain't had time.
It's naturally curling though. It's,
A little bit on the ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we digress. So what we decided to do in this new year, bringing some intention and some vision into what we want this year to look and feel like. We did a digital vision board.
yes.
I used Canva for the entire thing. You found your pictures in Pinterest, but you actually found your pictures quicker than me because you said you don't necessarily like all the pictures that Canva has. They don't usually have the pictures you want.
Yeah.
But I like using Canva because you can take away the background, so it almost kind of cuts the image out for you. So that was kind of fun for me. But at any rate, you did yours, and we had a list of questions that we generated.
Yes.
And you picked the question. So how would you like to do this? Do you want to go with the questions and find the one that speaks
Yes.
to that?
Scavenger hunt.
It is kind of a scavenger hunt. So we'll definitely put your vision board on the screen.
Pew.
And we have several different categories, joy-centered questions, because we're focusing on joy this season.
Joy.
God knows we need it, and that's the only reason that we are still standing and breathing and making it through. But the first category that we want to focus on is feelings and energy. So the two questions that you really liked were, if this year had a feeling, what would it be, and what kind of energy do you want in your home or in our home? So what did you
See
pick for
both
that
of
one?
them.
Okay, what do you have?
So it's this picture right here of
You gotta
like
describe it for the people.
this woman. She's like wearing a black hoodie and she's like laying in like a field of flowers.
Yeah, like wildflowers. And is that your feeling?
Yes, freedom.
Freedom. Come on, freedom. I love that. It's very in touch with nature. So I think back to like when you ground yourself. We talk about grounding, and sometimes when people have panic attacks, one of the things that we'll tell them to do is take off their shoes and plant their feet and on the ground. And that really helps them to get back in tune with their body and back in tune. You need something to ground you, literally ground you. So being rooted and grounded in nature, being one with nature, that sounds like some awesome freedom to me. I love that.
And then for the second question, it's a soft love, a sweet love, a safe love.
Oh, so when you say the energy you want to feel in the house is a soft love, a sweet love, a safe love, I think we should put that somewhere on the wall in the house.
Yeah.
I think that's really
a
nice.
good quote.
That's really nice.
I have some good quotes on here. On like,
We're not going to hate, so can we
I'm
walk for
not
like
hating.
Okay, well, it's a little bit of hate,
it's good though.
but that's a little bit of hate because you're saying that you're what you're kind of saying is yours is better than mine, and where there's not a comparison. It's not a, watch my finger, please.
Sorry.
I jacked up my finger, y'all. Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I cut it pretty bad. I had to go to the ER and get some stitches. And then the stitches didn't work after they were in for 8 days. And
still
so my
don't
finger
understand how it
is still bandaged up. So she was just grabbing my hand, y'all. If you heard me say, don't wash my hand, it's because my hand is still tender and I'm trying to make sure that the skin heals so I don't have a gaping
I like
wound.
that quote.
But yes, a soft love, a sweet love, a safe love. I want to put that on a crew neck, like a t-shirt, all the things. I love that. Okay. Make sure it's not like copywritten, but I love that. So that would be something beautiful to put on house. So do you want to go back and forth or do you want to go through your whole thing?
Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
Your turn.
So the question is again, the feeling that I want to bring into this year. And I didn't do a word, but I did this woman here she has this beautifully deep chocolate melanated skin and really highly textured afro, but her face looks so serene and peaceful. And so for me, that is what I want to feel this year. It's almost like your picture of like, that's how I see groundedness too. So whatever chaos might be going on around me.
Yeah, we both had pictures. We didn't have words.
Right. But I could still go inward and still breathe through it. So she just looks very serene that whatever's coming her way that she can handle and she can stay rooted and firm in that. So that's the feeling I want to bring into this year. So it's serenity, peace, groundedness. And then the energy I want in my home, I put underneath of that. So, I love a good candle.
I like that.
And now we got candle warmers. Candle warmers are a game changer, y'all. I don't know. They're probably not energy efficient, which we try to be. But they also are better because you're not burning, even though we get soy-based and clean burning candles. But candles,
It lasts longer.
and I'm burning one right now. It's like a stress relief one. It has eucalyptus in it. So that I have as a kind of energy, like the groundedness. It's the same
like
as the
the
energy I want to
rocks
bring to
around
this year. And then plants. So again, we got plants, like what, 60 plants everywhere. But plants, again, connects to what you had out in nature, that groundedness and freedom that you want, bringing it into the house. So I think bringing those things in the house are a reminder that we can be grounded and rooted. So that's the kind of energy I want to bring in the house, like those scents of peace, the plants that bring in peace and comfort and groundedness and letting us know that we're in touch and tune with nature. So those are my two. There's some similarities there between the two of us.
Yes.
Okay, so the next category we have is everyday joy. And the question that we came up with is, what kind of mornings do we want more of?
I see.
That was a really good question, though, because mornings can be...
Like, I wake up at 7:30 in the morning. I'm grumpy. The only thing that keeps me up is music.
Oh, no. That keeps you, wakes you up.
Yes, wakes me up.
Yeah, it wakes everyone else up too. So if you're not awake in the morning, Emma's going to wake you up because she's blasting her music, and I'm not even going to say anything because it gets her up. But she's blasting her music, so if you're not up before Emma, she's going to wake you up. And it's not that she's blasting it where the whole room can hear it, but because we have the monitors, we can hear it in our room.
Yeah.
But yes, that's how you get up. But if you don't get your sleep, which is what happened the other day, my gosh. Sunday was rough. Yeah, she don't have anything to say to that, y'all. So that's not the kind of mornings we want to have.
No.
So we're not talking about what we don't want. We're talking about what we want more of.
What we want.
So the vision for how you want your mornings to be is what?
I have this picture of like the sun rising and it's
that's
like
pretty.
blue sky and then the clouds and then it's like in nature. It's like a forest kind of, but like you can still see like the sun and clouds, and it's like peaceful. It's like peaceful. Like I want my mornings to be peaceful, me not being grumpy, and like, yeah, peaceful.
There seems like a stillness that comes with it too, like that watching the sunrise. And you have trees outside your window, so that, well, the sun is already kind of setting, so you are east facing the house. You're in the front of the house. Yeah. So that would be beautiful. Like if you get up in the morning, I like to open up the curtains and open up the blinds, but you like to keep everything dark. But you have a plant in your room, so you have to open it so that the sun can hit that. But I love that. Yes, that is very peaceful and grounded. As the sun, for me, what I want my mornings to look like, can you think of which one it is?
Matcha. Every day, every morning, matcha.
Listen, I didn't do it today. But I love me some good matcha. So JoJo bought me, and that's almost the exact same as the one I have. It looks very, very similar. So she bought me a traditional matcha set. And you have the bamboo whisk. And what you're supposed to do is you do like kind of like a W pattern. So I like to use, what do we have? Oat milk.
Yeah, oat
So oat milk, traditionally what you do is you pour a little bit of warm water, hot water into the matcha. There's a certain temperature, I forget the temperature, if it's like 120 or 210. And you do the W, and then you pour it over top. You know when you go to some restaurants, you see the matcha, and it's just at the top, it's not mixed in, because then it slowly will mix in, or you can mix it yourself. That's traditionally how you make it. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll use the electric whisk to get it going. But I bought, because I'm never going to run out again, because when I ran out of matcha, it was a problem.
Yes.
And it's not even like, because matcha is a really clean green tea energy. I don't do caffeine like that because it makes me really jittery. But this is just a nice, it's just something about slowing down, drinking your matcha, doing the whisk thing that feels really good. And I have that paired with my Bible, because something I started in practice last year is like my goal was to finish the Bible by the end of the year. And then life and grief and death happened. So I hadn't gotten back to it. So I'm slowly getting back. Another thing I was doing before Avery was waking up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
So I'd have my own time in the morning. And remember the thing that you said to me, Mommy, you're so much, when I come home, you're so much, I don't know if you said nicer, you said something similar to that.
Nicer, I think.
Yeah, so that was something that I had to be mindful of, but I need to get back to that. So going to bed at a decent hour, trying to get some rested sleep so I can get up and do that morning so that I can feel what you're talking about, more peaceful and grounded. That can be my sunrise with matcha and reading. And then, okay, so the next one is creativity, play, and curiosity. And the question you picked is, what do I want to create just because it makes me happy? And something I'll add to that is what makes you come alive. I said something like, if you were in a dark cave and the only thing you could do was that thing, like what would that thing be to make you happy?
I have two things.
They're
They're kind of similar. So it's these two pictures. It's like a drawing on like a bed, and there's like a
Make that a little
notebook.
bit bigger. Oh, that'll help.
It's like a
Oh, is it like a
notebook.
architectural drawing?
I think. And then this one because I want to learn how to sew.
Oh. Yeah, so that is like, you would do that. It just makes you happy.
Yes.
But this is something you haven't done yet, but you're
Yes,
thinking,
yes.
still putting it on your list. And it's making me think of, there's a book, they talk about the big leap and they talk about these zones of genius. So the more time we can spend doing the things that we absolutely love that make us come alive, those unique things to us, the better off we'll be. And I pair that with Howard Thurman when he says, do what makes you come alive because the world needs that. So if you love drawing and it makes you come alive, there's purpose in that. So what is that purpose that helps make the world a better place too? It's not just for self. Yes, we think about, it's the thing that I love to do. It's for me, me, me. But I think more of, okay, this thing that I love to do can also benefit someone else.
That's why I want to be a fashion designer, so I could make it, and make a dress, and then like give it to someone.
Yeah. So I think that's good. So that's where that goes. So I think you have the creative part on both. So you're drawing, so you can start sketching out outfits and also to design the clothes. So definitely doing that with Grandma Kia. I think that is awesome. But you skipped because is another one?
It's for a different question.
Okay, but that kind of all aligns. And I think
Yes.
that's the thing too, when you see a vision board, you see similarities and you start to see a story that's forming. I think that's good. Okay, so for me, what I want to create just because it makes me happy, and you were like, what is this? It's a woman with, I kind of like the graphic though, the sketching.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a comic book a little bit, but she's thinking and there's all these different things going on, swirling in her head. And what I was really focusing on a couple months ago was like, what is it? What is that thing that makes me come alive? And it's really helping people realize their own truth. That's always been within them, but they kind of buried it. Does that make sense? It's kind of poetic, but like, it's not like...
I know poetic stuff.
I know, you write poems. Yeah, so I think about that. There is something, so Oprah talks about that aha moment that you have where you're... Yeah, that you're like, oh my gosh, like it clicked. So I love when I get to talk to people, hold space for people, and they can make a connection. And it's nothing that I'm really saying. It's just like holding space, allowing people just to be still, just creating that container for people gives them permission to look inward and to get curious about themselves. And there's nothing more than I love to do that. So that could be one-on-one, that could be in community spaces, that could be, facilitating on stage with people, but I love doing that. So even with you, like that's the stuff that I love to do. So that makes me really happy that I can help other people kind of get free, going back to your freedom thing, get free from their own stories and write a new one. All right. So let's see here. The other category is becoming an identity. And you picked the question, who am I becoming this year? And I added, and how do I want to show up in the world? So who are you becoming this year? I'm surprised you picked that one because I was like, what does that mean to you, becoming?
Spread kindness like glitter.
I think I've actually seen something similar to that before, and something about glitter, but yeah, spread kindness like glitter. So explain that to me. How's that you're becoming this year?
I want to spread kindness to people, and I like always try to be kind to everyone.
So that's who you're coming into that, you know that about yourself. That's a value that you have. Fairness, kindness, all those things. So That's who you're becoming more of this year. So you're thinking of ways that you maybe can do that more regularly or make even more impact this year. I think that's good. I love that. Spread kindness like glitter. That's another, you should put that in your room, a saying in your room. That's a good one. And it should be covered in glitter.
Oh.
Maybe like pink glitter to match your room. Yes. You could probably find it somewhere.
Yes.
Or you could make it, but that would be,
Print
they would have
it.
spreading glitter all over the house and it would never get out of anything.
Maybe.
Someone's already done that before.
Me?
You get glitter. I'm like, where is this glitter coming from? You gotta be careful with stuff in your hands or paint.
I don't like glitter. It's like glue.
It sticks to everything. Yeah.
I don't
Well, that's the thing. Like, that's the whole point. So think about that. Spread kindness like glitter. So it sticks to you. So that kind. So if you're kind, you know how people say, like, you don't know what someone's experiencing that day. Your little bit of kindness can go a long way. So it sticks to them. So that's the point. Okay. So my becoming. No.
Really? It's not stop negativity?
No, that's for another one. I figured you would know what that one was. But my becoming is actually a picture of me, and this was at the Black School Psych Summit. And what I'm doing is just holding space for people. I think I might have been doing, I don't know if I was doing a breath prayer, but I was just helping people breathe because they were feeling really overwhelmed and because they did the aha thing. And sometimes the aha leads you to some tears and some woo to release that. So I'm standing here breathing along with them to kind of get them to be grounded again. And that's what I'm really thinking about. I want to do becoming more of this year is to be that support for people. But that requires me to practice that myself. I can't just teach it to other people. I got to do that myself. So that's why I wanted to be intentional about putting a picture of me doing that work because it has to start with me. So my becoming and the work that I do, I have to start with myself and do it myself.
The background color almost matches your suit.
Yeah, I didn't realize, like, because Ellen and I did that photo shoot, that it's not as, well, I think the color has changed a little bit here because that is a mustard yellow suit, but in this picture it does look more regular yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, that suit in every color.
Mustard yellow.
Okay, so we're on to care, rest, and protection. And for this one, you pick two questions. What do I need more of to feel cared for? It's a good one. And then also, what do I want to protect my joy from?
These two. So the first question, there's this picture of people hugging.
And you can't even see their faces. They're hugging so tight.
Yes.
That's cute.
And
So
then
explain that. So is that the cared for?
Yes, it's the cared for because I like physical touch and I like when people hug me.
I like that too. This is why you're like, I want to snuggle. That's good that you know that about yourself and that you can communicate that to people so that people can give you the things that you need so that you can feel cared for. Another word for that would be feeling secure.
And then for the second question, I have this like thing. It kind of looks like a rug and it says no time for fake people.
And you want to protect your joy from fake people?
Yes. And like mean people.
So fake people mean, so what's a fake person?
Someone who like fakes being your friend or like isn't like really your friend but pretending to.
Yeah, that's right. So then they 1 minute they're your friend and the next minute they can kind of do something that goes against that and really hurt your feelings. Yeah. And that's really leaves you feeling unsecure or sometimes insecure. So I love that you're saying like secure for me is physical touch. I feel like you have quality time is one for you too.
Quality time and physical touch.
Huge for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So knowing that and communicating that and then knowing when you need to access that and who to go to get that is helpful too. Those are good ones. And then I have, so cared for, what I need to feel more cared for. So that's where these two come in. So understanding. So I love how these are both like, this is a highway sign and like a, and like street, like, yeah. So understanding. So in my work, I'll talk about values, strengths, and needs. So really identifying what my needs are. I need to be understood, to be seen, to be heard. Understanding is huge for me. Like people don't understand me, then I feel invisible. And that takes effort and it takes time to maybe understand what I'm feeling or experiencing. But if people are willing to do that, it makes me feel really cared for.
That's why I'm always like, Mommy, what's wrong? Why are you
Yeah.
sad?
Yeah. So I think those things are really important for me. And that takes work on that person's part, but it really shows me that they care. And then the other one is protecting myself from negativity. 2026, get out of here with that. I don't have time for it. It's too much. So thinking about all that we're talking about in the vision, where does negativity come into that? I feel like that's a energy suck, a vision suck. So if we surround ourselves with people that are negative, or if we're saying, these are the things I envision for the year, this is what my hopes and dreams are for this year, and someone's like, you're not going to accomplish that. I don't need you in my circle. Because you don't want people creeping in their self-doubt. So sometimes we talk about, too, it's not always good to share your dreams and aspirations with everyone.
Yeah.
Because they will talk you out of your dream or they'll speak down on your dream. And so you have to have a trusted group of people that you can tell those things to.
My friends don't say that when I'm like, I want to be a fashion designer. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and if they did, you'd be like, I don't think you're a really good friend. You might be, what did you call it? A fake person. So yeah, so those are the two things for me, understanding and stopping the negativity. I don't got time for it in 2026. And it's going to come up, right?
Yes.
People are going to have like moments of negativity, but it also means my negativity. So I have to stop my own internal negative thoughts. So always when I think about what other people need to
That's
do,
the
think about me.
hardest thing.
Come on, isn't it hard? Why is it hard?
Because it's like because you're like in your head a lot. If you hear those negative thoughts, then you will start believing them.
Yeah. So what do you do when you hear those negative thoughts?
I say like that's not true, and like I can do it and stuff.
That's good. So you're affirming yourself.
Yeah.
Do you replace the thought with a positive thought ever?
Yes.
Or maybe the opposite of that? Like so give me an example. Something that maybe you struggle with that you feel like you can't do.
It's not usually like things I struggle with. It's like when I like get upset or like when my friends like don't want to hang out with me or like I get in trouble.
And you'll usually say something negative about yourself almost immediately, like, I'm stupid. And I'm like, what is that coming from? And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are we coming from with that? So replacing that and having someone in your circle to be like, that's not true. Why are you saying that about yourself? So we need people to hold up a mirror to ourselves and also to call us in when we have those negative thoughts and to replace it and say, that's not true about you. You're not stupid. You are brilliant. You're bright. Like, you might struggle in certain areas. We don't have to be perfect. You're a human being. No one's calling you to perfection, just calling you to try harder or be more mindful. That's all we can do is just try better next time. That's the goal.
Some of the teachers expect us to be perfect.
You're whispering that. Why are you whispering it? You don't have to whisper that. Not using people's names.
Yeah. Some of the teachers think we have to be perfectly quiet.
That's been bothering you, yeah. Yes. So something you did today, you went and talked to the school counselor about that, which I'm really proud of you for, because you're advocating and saying you feel like there's some unfair treatment going on and you would like a change, and you're also amplifying the voices of your peers, which I think is awesome. So it just shows that you're an awesome leader and an advocate. I don't know where you get that from. But you're very much like me, where there's something that's unfair and other people are hurting. You're like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. There's other people that feel this way, but they might not have as much courage as you, because courage is one of your strengths, or bravery is one of your strengths, to come forward like you did. So that is awesome. That's an awesome strength that you have, and it's really paying off.
Yeah, I feel bad for my friends.
Because you have a deep level of empathy, and you don't tolerate injustice or unfairness, because fairness is also one of your values. So yes, I think those are really awesome qualities that you're showing at 11, and I can't wait to see when you're my age, like, what are you going to look like at 44? Because you're already exhibiting it now. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So cared for and protected, protecting your joy. Those are good.
Thank you.
We have a couple more. 2 more. So wait, this category was connection and community, the one you picked was, where do I feel most seen?
These two. So I have one, and it's like a blank, like white, and then it says my family, and then it's like a picture of like a bunch of people eating and stuff.
And what does that picture represent?
My family and friends.
Family and friends. So you feel most seen. And I asked you, I was like, do you know what that means? You're like, yes, I know what that means. So what does feeling seen mean to you?
It means like feeling recognized and like being able to be yourself.
Yes, authentically you. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, are they worried about, am I talking the right way, wearing the right thing? You can just be absolutely you, quirks and all. So I love that. Yes, I think that's really important. And it's so important to do more of those things, like surrounding yourself and being in community with people that make you feel seen in a world that constantly wants you to be someone that you're not, or be what they want you to be, or just be invisible. And we're saying, right with the finger, no to that in 2026. We're doing more of connecting with people that make us feel seen. Beautiful. I love it.
Every year.
Every year. Just like, how do we do that on a, if we can't do it daily,
basis.
Can we do it weekly? What does that look like? To be intentional about connecting with people. And I think of anything, right? We've talked about that, like you and Freddie connecting throughout this tragedy, like doing more of that, going over to Uncle Mel and Lisa's, checking on that, checking on the family, all of those things, just being together brings about a healing. So we're going to keep doing that thing.
Ooh,
My hands are cold. And speaking of cold, so you might notice today, if you are watching the video, Emma and I have our own blankets because my dad got me a heated blanket because he was like, well, I thought you could use it because, you and Emma be on the bed talking on the podcast. So now Emma's like, well, now I have my own blanket. But it's a nice heated blanket, Dad. So it's not the same color, but it's fine. But it's still kind of like a nice material, but it's a nice warming blanket. So what I've been doing is putting it in the bed just to warm up because Anamisa said, only serial killers wear socks to bed. She called me a serial killer because there is a whole...
wear socks to bed?
What's wrong with that? I wear socks to bed because my feet can't warm up. And if my feet are cold, I can't go to sleep. I've tried it a million times. I cannot have cold feet. And my feet do not warm up.
My feet get too hot.
So what happens is I put the socks on, and then in the middle of the night, I'm kicking them off because then I get hot.
Yes.
But you know what has helped? I'm not having heat flashes in the middle of the night because I don't wear my socks, and I'll put the heated blanket on before I get into bed so that it's already warm, and then I can turn it off, and I can go to sleep so my feet stay warm. And then I'm asleep, and then I don't have to worry about it. But I can't go to sleep if my feet are cold. I cannot. And they have some beds that they make now where the foot of the bed has a heater in it. And that made me think of it. I was like, I'm going to take Dad's blanket, the blanket Dad got me, and put it in. And that has helped me, serial killer or not. So I want to know how many of y'all wear socks to bed.
I'm on and off.
Because also...
if it's cold, then I'm wearing socks. If it's hot, then I'm not. But sometimes sometimes if it's cold or hot, I take off my socks. I
don't think I wear them in the summer. But also wearing socks after you slather on some shea butter on your feet. I had them feet moisturized and feet in them ankles.
I did it last night because I didn't want my feet to be dry, but they still ended up kind of dry.
Well, we talked about this the other day. I said, girl, how have you been lotioning your feet? You said you make sure your feet are completely dry. I said, no, the shea butter traps in the moisture. That's the whole point. It's a sealant. It's sealing it in. So the more you try that, watch it, your feet will be transformed.
Okay.
That's the goal. We digress. What question were we on? Feeling seen. Did I do mine?
No.
Okay. So where do I feel most seen? Which one do you think? I put friendship. So, and I thought about that because even through this process, but just friends checking on me and also just me being honest, even today, Ellen sent me a message saying that someone she knows, their dad died suddenly over the holiday season in this freak accident. And she sent her my most recent blog post because I was talking about grief and all the different forms of grief that I've been talking about through the years, but in particularly how it came to a head with Avery. And so she shared that with her in hopes that it would help her. So it's people like that again, it ties in with making me feel seen And today I even got a text from Hattie that because part of what I connected with that blog post with some other articles, and Hattie this summer pulled me aside and said, sis, I love all the things that you're doing, but God told you to write the book. And so she didn't even read the post. So I think she saw this one and she was like, friend, I did not realize that you wrote that newsletter like about me. And so she said she felt seen, but it's because that's what we do for each other. So I think it's really important. And she's always been affirming to me, and look at what she's doing now, starting her magazine, which I think is awesome. So thinking about all that, I'll have to link that, the lead up. I'll link the lead up in the show notes. But friendship has definitely been a key for me, a healing space for me, that I can be vulnerable, I can cry, or people, they'll give me permission when I'm trying to be like, oh, let's keep going, let's keep going. And Ellen's like, you can just be still, like rest. Has been really good for me to see. And I can say the things that I need to say. And it's like, what's those memes or those things that people do online? They're like, we listen and we don't judge. I feel like sometimes.
That was so 2024. That was.
Was it 2024? It was 2025.
2024 and
2025 was a couple of days ago.
No, but like still, like.
So, but my
so
point is, we
2025.
listen and we don't judge. Was
Yes.
that I feel like sometimes I'll say things to family members and they do judge. Why are you looking at me? And I feel like my friends don't necessarily do that, or they'll be like, girl. But it's a different energy than sometimes your family brings.
They're like,
What makes me think of like Uncle Mal was
do
like,
that
you were
too.
downstairs with Freddie. I make that sound too. I'm like, I'm working on it. So that's something I can work on this year.
No, but you like, when I say something, you're like, what?
Probably part of me can't hear you. Like, what? You know, I can't hear.
Yeah.
Like your dad is all the time. Like, you're talking to me, but you're walking away from me. You're walking out the room.
Yes, he's
Like,
like-
how I can't understand you. Like when you talk to someone, you look at them, mouth moving.
And then he's over here like,
Like what? I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I can't. Anyway. Okay, final question. The category hope,
were you
dreams.
gonna say something about, like, Uncle Mel and like?
Oh, see, I got distracted. No, so you were playing with Freddie and we were playing at Phase 10. I've never played Phase 10, y'all, but now I'm obsessed.
We stayed there until 11.
And this is why she woke up like a terror, because she needs her sleep. I knew better, but I was like, I needed this time with my family. I needed that time. So we're playing Phase 10, and I have a different way. I've never played it before, so he's like, sis, you're stressing me out. Like, I was like, this is my strategy. This is how I'm playing it. So the first one is like, I think sets of 3 or sets of 4, 2 sets of 4. And so I'm putting down groupings, and he was like, what are you doing? Why don't you have your cards in your hand? I'm like, 'cause this is how I do it. Let me do it how I do it. And he's just like, you're stressing me out. You're stressing me out. And that was not a real example of him being like, oh my gosh, like judgment. It was just like, what are you doing? But it's just like, that's just me. That's just how my brain works. So anyway, but I think that would be a good game to play. It lasts forever. We didn't even finish it. It's the longest game ever, hours, but it's fun. Okay, so now on to the last category. Hopes, dreams, and gentle intentions. The question you picked is, what do I want to try without pressure? A skill you might want to improve. You're pointing, but I don't think anyone can see that.
Oh, right.
She forgot we were on the podcast.
It's like a picture of like drawings of dresses in the back, and then like a mannequin, because I want to try sewing.
Yeah, so, but that's leading to the future vision of being
Seamstress.
a seamstress or fashion designer.
Yes. And then I have one more.
Okay. It's not on there.
No,
Oh, what's
one
this?
more thing I want to be when I'm older.
Oh, but did you do this one?
Yeah. I have that one too. Swimming. I want to get better at swimming.
Oh, I couldn't see what it was. I have to zoom in on it. Okay, now I see it. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it looks weird from far away. It looks like that's like the head.
So those are the two things you want to try without pressure, skills to improve. So swimming and really learning how to design and stitch clothes together. I think that is something you can definitely do in 2026. And guess what? It's about, do I have the skill? Do I have this talent? Do I have the passion? Also, do you have the resources? And you happen to know someone that makes the most amazing prom and wedding dresses. And even at church or something, I said, I love these pants. She's like, I made them. She made them pants. You know I love a good palazzo pant. So Kia and I love a good palazzo pant. So what's a pattern that you can do and she can teach you? And you also have a sewing machine. But, you know, she has that.
I doesn't use it.
So you
I
have
can
it.
steal
Yeah. So you have a sewing machine, but she actually uses that industrial type, the professional sewing machine. So I think that's kind of going back for her to try to learn the more commercial way because she has a serious sewing machine.
Yeah, it's like this big.
Yeah, it's massive. And you see how fast, like, oh my gosh,
It's
super
like,
fast. Yeah. Get your hair in it, it'd be a problem. So we'll have to see, but like you learning on the old singer from when I was in middle school, I got that because I had a sewing class and I was like, the only thing I want for Christmas is a sewing machine. And I was so excited about the sewing machine and I probably used it for like a month, if that. But it still works because Aunt Gag borrowed it for years and she made curtains from it.
I should have put dancing, like a dancing one on there, but I want to do dancing again.
But I think these are the things too. Like you don't have to limit yourself like this because you have it on here. You don't have to limit yourself. But you do dance at church.
Yeah, but I want to do tap.
Tap.
And hip hop.
Oh my. We'll have to see about that. Tap and hip hop.
Didn't I do that when I was like little?
Right before COVID, yeah. Like
Yeah.
everything stopped then.
The online thing we did for like,
That didn't work out.
yeah. It was hard.
Yeah. Tap is hard though. It made me think of Savon Glover. So when we watched that special for, I'm blanking on it now, the Apollo Theater. I don't know if he was on that, but they had Gregory Hines when we watched
Preacher's Wife.
Preacher's Wife. So he was like the Scroogey guy in there.
Love
And I
that.
started talking about Gregory Hines being such an amazing tap dancer and how Savon Glover learned from him. And those are two black men that did phenomenal work in that field. So those are things that you have to look at people that look like you, that also transformed the field and brought their own swag to it. Yeah. And
I think
so
it might be a boy.
that's okay. But it's a really pretty picture. Maybe, and you know what would be cool I just thought of? Maybe you can take a picture like that and then make your vision even come more to life. You could take a picture like that this summer.
And then like take a picture of the sunset.
Yeah.
I can make most of these come true.
I love that. So that's a good idea. So you have your digital vision board, and then as you do these things, you replace it with an actual picture.
Yes.
Yes. Jeez. I think we should do that. Watch the pinky. Good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so mine, the last question is, what do I want to try without pressure? So skill to improve. I thought this was such a cool picture because it's an old school typewriter, but it's blooming. So I feel like I'm in my blooming season. There's something that the seeds have been planted and they're finally ready to bloom. And it's not, part of it's because of my readiness and I've talked myself out of it for so long, but here I am now saying like, it is time, it's been time.
It's time.
Which is why I used an old typewriter because that has been lying dormant for so long that it's finally ready to bloom. So trying without pressure is going to be interesting. And what I'm not saying is like pressure from, say, a book publisher or pressure from people. I'm saying the pressure I'm putting on myself. So being kind and gentle with myself, but doing, like you always say, just do it. Just start little by little and then build up my stamina to really do it. But that is what I want to do this year
Isn't
without
that
pressure.
copywriting since?
Just do it. No. You don't have like,
Oh yeah, it
and
doesn't
look,
have the
well, copyright, I don't know, because look,
It doesn't
and I
have-
have my Nike on today.
It doesn't have the trademark.
Well, I don't think, like,
on it.
It's such a common phrase that Nike can't just say like, oh, well, you took that. Like, it's a very common phrase. So yeah, so you're fine. But I can't put the logo on with it now. That's copywritten.
Yeah.
So there's that. Kid worried about copywriting. So what do you think, Emma? So overall, like when you look back at your vision board and what you created today, how did it make you feel?
Happy. I had a lot of fun with it.
You actually did. It was pretty cool to see you.
I was literally laughing during it.
Yeah.
I was like,
And these are kind of the things that you do at school when you get to get on Canva or you'll do on Pinterest. So finding more ways to incorporate things that you love that bring you joy. and you put some intention behind it, I think that is really good. You're back here making noise. But I think that was really good. It was cool seeing how excited you were about it.
Yes.
And then me, I'm more like, I gotta get like the right image. Well, you were saying, but that's too, like, it's like the images that spoke to you are important to think about. Like, why did I pick this image? So you can go through all hundreds of images, but one is speaking to you. And sometimes thinking about.
It took me a long time to pick up this one.
Yeah. And some of mine where I wanted someone to look and represent me, sometimes that can be hard. And that's kind of like black girl problem sometimes. Like, do we have pictures that represent?
That, like, black family. And then, like,
Yeah.
black.
But I think it's looking at what images you were drawn to and why, and then looking at, we can print this out and put this somewhere so we see it every day. It's also really important.
That quote we need to have.
I love that quote. So how do you want to end it today? Like, because that is important. Like, maybe with that quote, or do you have a challenge for the people? Challenge.
Okay. So you have to think of, like, questions. Like, you can type them down or, like, make them with ChatGPT or whatever.
You could.
Is if you're lazy. It's okay. We all get lazy. And you're gonna make a collage based on those questions, and then you're gonna reflect on them.
I like that. And what we'll do is we'll put our questions in the show notes just to kind of help you generate them. But I think it's really important to start with the questions and to reflect on them. And sometimes when we have journal prompts or when we ask questions, we'll write things down. But this is different because it's actually putting pictures to it. And I think sometimes that's really powerful. It can even be more powerful.
Again.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Well, let's do it with the family.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, yeah, that would be fun.
We should do that.
Family night.
I have to think about it because I'm like, what Canva looks like. But Canva, great tool. But you can do it on PowerPoint. You can do it in Pinterest. You make collages anywhere. So there's other ways you can make it. But yeah, I think it's a great way to do it digitally. But definitely, I think, where do we put this? Printing it out and seeing it every day is going to be important.
Yes.
So I hope you are up for the challenge. And what we love, share back how it felt when you did the activity, but also share your digital.
Yes.
You know, you can DM us and share your digital ones. We're going to put ours up on social media, but share away. I hope this helps to ground you and really help you feel more aligned with what you are on this earth to do. And if you get giddy like Emma doing it, get curious about that because there's something there to show you further on your path of what you are designed to do. Yeah.
I think that's why I was happy.
You do love Pinterest. And I actually love Canva, so it worked out. Bye. Happy New Year, y'all.
I'm so glad you joined me and Mommy for this episode of Living in 3D Power. I hope you like it. Now do me a favor before you leave. Subscribe to our Substack and make sure you subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts too. And hey, do me another favor. Share this episode with a friend or family member. If something we said made you laugh, made you smile, or it might mean something to them, just send it away. Okay, one more favor. That's a lot of favors, I know. Head over to the comments on our social media. Tell us what made you say, "That's deep, bro." Because your words encourage other people and they encourage us too. See you next time.